I don't know of a single human being who doesn't struggle with doubt. And in Matthew chapter 11, we read about John the Baptist, who was the forerunner of Christ. John the Baptist had a tremendous ministry. People flocked to listen to him speak. But then when he met Christ, he pointed people to Jesus, and people began to leave him and follow Christ. Then John the Baptist pointed his bony finger into the face of King Herod, Herod the Tetrarch, and said, "You're doing evil in the way you have your brother Philip's wife. That's adultery, and it's wrong, it's cheating, it's sinful." Well, you don't say that to a king without expecting some consequences. And Herod the Tetrarch had John the Baptist thrown into prison. No problem for John the Baptist. I'm sure he was thinking, well, Jesus is the Messiah. Certainly he will spring me from this prison cell. Certainly he will have me released. But instead, John the Baptist began to languish in prison. Christ continued to preach, to heal people, to open the eyes of the blind, to make the lame walk, to love on people. And John heard about it, but he stayed in prison. His expectation was, certainly, Christ is Messiah. He will get me out of this prison cell. But the days continued to mount, and he languished in prison. So finally one day, John the Baptist sent his disciples to Jesus to ask them, "Jesus, are you the Christ? Or did I make a mistake?" Jesus understood John the Baptist's dilemma. And he said to the disciples of John the Baptist, "Go back and tell John, the blind receive sight, the lame walk, the lepers are healed, and the good news is preached to the poor." And then after those disciples of John the Baptist left, Jesus said, "I tell you, he's the greatest man." John the Baptist, though, struggled with doubt, understandably so. He had some expectations of what God should do, of what Jesus the Messiah should do, and Jesus didn't quite measure up. The fascinating thing is that Jesus never promises to solve all our problems immediately. Christ does not promise to get us out of jams, to get us out of prison, to heal our cancer, to heal our melanoma, our heart disease. No, quite to the contrary, Jesus said, "In this world you will have trouble, but take heart, I have overcome the world." Jesus Christ pointed out that life is unfair, that you and I live in a cursed, messed up world. But the amazing message of the gospel is God cares. He cares so much that he wants to intervene in your life and in my life, to grow our character, not necessarily heal us of all our diseases, not necessarily get us a new job when we're unemployed, not necessarily have our estranged spouse come back to us. He respects our free will. He respects the free decision of your spouse. He respects your free decisions. And he's not going to supernaturally, miraculously intervene and change everything. But he is promising to be with us and to grow our character, to grow our spiritual life, to grow a depth and inner strength that will enable us to handle the painful experiences of life. And then Jesus says, "You trust in me, and I promise to ultimately solve all of your problems by giving you eternal life in heaven."